Hello, it's a speed run. I just finished this run after a whole day of just trying and failing. Finally got through one. Very, very narrowly. It was a very, very close final battle with Birkin. But we'll get to that later.
Freeze!
So the final time ended up being 1:09:28, which is about a 2.5 minute improvement since my last run, which was 1:12:08. So I'm pretty happy with the result.
I thought you were one of them.
What's going on in this town?
Hold on.
Now, just so you don't get your hopes up,
I don't
I
know
am
what
by
to do.
no means a pro speedrunner.
By the time
I've only
I
started
noticed
about
something
3
was
weeks
wrong,
ago,
the entire
so
city
I'm
was
still learning the ropes.
infested with zombies.
There will be mistakes, quite a lot of them, like you just saw there, me getting stuck on the corner of the bench. I do that quite a lot. This spot here has been the #1 cause of resets for me today. I don't know why, but that third zombie just keeps, like, not doing what he's supposed to do. He's been a bit more aggressive than usual, which makes it a lot harder to squeeze through the gate. It's very much luck-based, whether he'll give you the space that you need. And I just happen to have a run of bad luck today. But I made it through that time. Now that's something I've never seen before. 2 shots to kill that female zombie. Most of the time she takes 3 shots, sometimes 4, and very rarely 5. Not that it makes a huge difference, but, you know, I'll take anything I can get. So there's a 7.8 second improvement since my last run. That is mainly to do with the fact that I switched over to the Japanese version, because that's what all the cool kids are playing. It's just better for speedrunning. It's quicker, there's fewer enemies, especially in those first few areas.
Oh, man.
And zombies are slightly less aggressive, apparently.
Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Leon.
So there's really no reason not to play the
Sorry,
Japanese version.
It looks
Except
like your party.
the control
been
scheme is
cancelled.
slightly different,
What happened?
but it's different enough
About 2
to
months ago,
completely confuse
There was
you.
this incident
Especially when you're in a hurry doing
involving
menuing stuff
zombies
in the inventory.
in a mansion.
I was
located
flubbing
in
a
the
lot of
outskirts
things
this
and
city.
just losing so
Chris
much time.
And the other STARS members
So that was the main
discovered
reason why I
that Umbrella
didn't start off with the
was
Japanese version,
behind
because I was so used to the
everything.
US control scheme.
They risked their lives to reveal the truth.
But as it turns out,
But no one
I'm playing an
believed
emulator,
them.
so that means I can just
Not long
remap my
after that,
controls.
All this
Problem solved.
started to happen. Hang in there. Don't worry about me. Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Here, take this key card. You should be able to unlock the doors in the hall with this. Now go. But just go.
Should also mention the Japanese version has faster load
Fine.
times,
But I'm coming back for you. Just
which
hold
makes
on.
a huge difference in conversations between characters. 'Cause in the US version, they pause quite a lot between lines, whereas the Japanese version, they just go from line to line to line. See that cutscene right there? I was pretty much able to skip it instantly, whereas the US version I would have had to wait 2 or 3 seconds before I could actually skip it. So those load times make a huge difference. Flubbed a little bit there. You got to get in exactly the right position to push those statues. Otherwise you're just walking in a spot. Which can waste quite a bit of time if you mess it up too much. I managed to hit the diary dead on for once, which is a big deal for me.
Leon!
Because I always miss it. And then I get the text about the deaths,
See,
which
you're
wastes
still
some
among
time.
the living. It looks like we're not gonna find your brother here after all. There's no reason for us to stay any longer than necessary. Let's split up, look for any survivors, and get out of here.
Right.
One last thing. Here's a radio. Take it. That way we can keep in touch if anything happens.
Remembering to turn before I run. Too often I completely forget which room I'm going into, and then just run straight into the zombie. Because I'm a nub. Using the auto-aim trick here. You just auto-aim, then run straight forward, and you'll be in the perfect position to run past the zombie. Don't get grabbed by the zombies. I always pause here, and then do a quick little turn, because I've seen others just keep running, and then avoid the arms, but anytime I try to run straight through, I'll always get grabbed, which is about a 5-second time loss. One day I'll get through without having to stop. But today is not that day. So this dodge, you take 6 steps and then slightly turn right. Oh, he almost hit me there. That was lucky. But if you hit the corner at the right angle, he backs off. Whereas if you just run around the corner normally, he will run right up to your feet and slash you. I don't know, something about hitting the corner at the right angle just messes with his AI, I guess. I don't know how it works, it just works. Now I usually pick up that herb right there, just to keep for an emergency. but I've been getting more and more confident with my dodges, so I feel like I don't really need it anymore. But if you're just starting out, it is a good idea to grab that herb. Because as a beginner, I think the most important thing is to worry about getting through the game alive. So if that means spending 5 minutes running around for health items, like I did for my first few runs, then fucking do it. Don't worry about getting the top score on the leaderboard. Don't worry about getting a world record. Worry about setting yourself a time and then beating it. Don't know why I took that turn so sharply. You've usually got to run around the outside of him. And you usually get through just fine. I don't know what that was. Just turned completely the wrong way. Like I said, not a pro. Easy puzzle. You just move the 2 left bookcases to the right. Which is easy to flub those menu prompts there, especially in Japanese. So you can make the text pop up faster if you hold X. But it's sometimes better to just let go, wait for the text to pop up. Because if you're holding X and then the option pops up and you press the wrong thing by accident, it's going to cost you more time in the long run. So it's better to just be patient. Here's another room that's different in the Japanese version to the US. In the US version, there's 2 zombies along that walkway, which you sort of have to stop in front of them and then bait out an attack and then run around them, which takes a bit more time. Whereas in this one, there's just 1 zombie and he's out of the way, so you just run right past him. The crows usually won't hit you if you stay as close to the windows as possible. But sometimes it's just a bit random. One of them might just peck you because they're a dick. For the longest time, I did that dodge in the most convoluted, time-consuming way. What I'd do is I'd run around the female zombie, stop, do a turn, and then run to the right around the other zombie. Like bait out an attack first, and then run around him. And then one time, completely by accident, realized that you just have to hold up and left, and then you run in a perfect line through them. I mean, the return trip there is a little more difficult, because sometimes they can change positions. But I made it through. That's one of the spots where I used to need the emergency herb for. But I'm getting better at it, so that's why I don't grab the herb anymore. This one's simple. Just run straight ahead, turn right when you hit the charred floor. I used to run into that second zombie quite often because just the way the camera angle is, it was hard to tell where exactly I was. And I'd usually overshoot the corner and run straight into him. That's one thing I really need to work on, is not running into random objects. I mean, each one might set you back like 1/10 of a second, but they add up. Now, the reason I get rid of the knife here, I don't usually do it, but my last run, I got all the way to the very end. I got up to Birkin G4, but just beforehand I ran into one of the plants and got put into caution. So I thought, oh, it's all good. I'll get a first aid spray from the ammo disc room. Went in, for some reason decided to pick up the ammo disc first, and then realized I didn't have enough inventory space for the first aid spray. Which in itself isn't that big a deal, because if all goes well in the Birkin fight, you don't take any damage at all. So that was fine. But I was so tilted by not being able to pick up the first aid spray, I also forgot to pick up the magnum bullets. So I didn't have enough ammo to kill Birkin. So I was so paranoid of that happening again that I decided right there, I'm going to put the knife away, free up that inventory space, so I don't forget later, and fuck up a really good run, because that was a really good run. I was a good 3 minutes ahead of my previous time, and I just threw it all away. Fucked up there, got bitten by Misty. That wasn't great. And I think I'll fuck up here as well. Yep, there we go. Take 2 bites. Wishing I had that emergency herb, but thankfully there's one right here. Nothing to worry about here. Pretty much mastered the Marvin dodge. Just grab the key and run around him. There we go. Nice and easy. I've seen other people run to the left of the screen instead of running all the way around him, but every time I try, I get grabbed. Just one more thing I need to practice until I get right. Run straight and then turn slightly right to dodge that last zombie. That bit's a bit trickier in the US version as well, because the zombies are slightly more aggressive. Grabbing the herb because I'm super paranoid about where my health is right now, especially after those 3 bites in a row that I got earlier. I'm in fine, but I'm pretty sure that I'm close to caution. So one dog bite here might have put me into caution, which I didn't want. But thankfully I dodged past it. But I think I end up needing the herb later on anyway. So good thing I picked it up.
Sorry about that. When I saw the uniform, I thought you were another zombie.
Who are you?
Ada Wong.
And what are you doing here?
I'm looking for some guy named Ben. He's one of those reporter types, always looking for a scoop. I heard he was locked up in the cell block, only there's a wrecked car barring the entrance. I've been trying to find another way inside. If we work together, we can move this thing. Give me a hand here, will you?
Ada, wait!
So at this point, I'm about a minute ahead of my previous time. I think half of that is to do with me getting better, and the other half to do with it just being the Japanese version. So faster load times, faster cutscenes, faster
Let me
text
guess.
prompts because
You
fewer
must be
characters
Ben,
to display,
right? Get up, now!
and fewer enemies.
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep here.
I wish I could say that all the difference is to do with me getting better, but
Is
it's
this
just
the
not.
guy?
Ben, you told the city officials that you knew something about what's been going on, didn't you? What did you tell them?
And who the heck are you?
I'm trying to find my boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a branch office of Umbrella based in Chicago, but he suddenly disappeared 6 months ago. I heard a rumor that he's here in the city.
I don't know anything. And even if I did, why would I want to tell you?
Okay, I say we leave him in there. Does anyone know where they put the key to this cell?
I have it right here, officer. But I'm not about to leave this cell. Those zombies aren't the only things crawling around out there.
What was that?
Like I said, I'm not leaving this cell. Get out of here before you lead it right to me.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
What?
Look, if you want to live, then you're gonna have to leave with me.
But do you even know how to get out of the city? There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't be easy.
All right, I'm going.
Oh yeah, one of my runs today, I got up to this point, and the USB port that my controller is plugged into decided to stop working. So that was great. Wish I could have just paused the game and plugged it back in, but you can't do that with speedruns. It's an instant disqualification. Gotta be careful with these spiders. Especially the one at the end here. Because if you run too far out into the open, he might spit poison at you, which could completely fuck up your run. But as long as you hug the wall, if he does spit, it will hit the corner.
Ada? I don't think I've introduced myself yet. My name's Leon. I'm with the RPD. It's a dead end.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft? Give me a boost. I'll go and check. Leon, can you hear me?
Ada, did you find anything?
Right here. Hey, I can't reach the ventilation hole. I'm going to have to find another way around. I'll catch up with you later.
Ada, wait!
I think that's the most used line in this game. Ada, wait! I think he says it like 4 or 5 times. And here comes my favorite part in the whole game. Meow. Super Speed Spider. If you walk around the corner, apparently it sets the licker on his hind legs, so he's less likely to slash you. Pretty much everything I learned about speedrunning this game, I learned from watching Carcinogen. So if you're looking to speedrun any Resident Evil game, do check out his channel. Thought I was going to get bitten there, so I overcompensated and went a bit wide. This bit's really intimidating at first because of the camera angle. You can't see where the zombies are, and there's a lot of them. But it's really just as simple as waiting for them to bunch up and then just run around the outside. This bit, however, this is one of my least favorite corridors. I somehow made it through without getting bitten there, but I usually don't. And I usually end up having to pick up that first aid spray right there, which I think I should have done, because I think I fuck it up later. Oop, running the wrong way there. Yeah, that happened because I didn't immediately turn right and run that way. I gave that zombie more time to move to the middle, where I couldn't dodge around him. Now, the return trip is tricky, because if you're getting bitten by one, the other zombies are much harder to dodge, because they've had more time to shuffle around. Like so. You get bitten by one, you usually get bitten by the others as well. This part's easy though, you just run around them. And don't get caught on walls. Ran a little too close to the liquor there. And now I'm in caution. So here's a tip. Don't do that. So when you're in caution, you run a little slower and your turning circle is really reduced, which makes dodging things a little more difficult. Especially rooms like that hallway that I was just in before, where it was a tight squeeze with a bunch of zombies. Got a bit confused there. Because I got rid of the knife, the items were in different places to what they usually are. So the knife is usually in slot 2, the crank is usually in slot 3. But because there was no knife, the crank was in slot 2. And I went to the valve, which was in slot 3.
No! Get away!
Ben! Can you still hear me? Come on, answer!
Damn! I don't believe this. I almost got the story.
Ben.
Bitter irony. The chief of police, a co-conspirator. Get that scum. Make him pay.
Hang in there, Ben.
Oh, my chest. It's burning.
What's wrong?
Ah!
Good God, what was that?
Where are you going, Ada?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Ada, wait! Hey! Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
Luckily there's a herb in the cell, which puts me back into fine. Because I do not want to be in caution for this boss fight. I mean, it's not a hard fight, but those little critter things that spawn from the boss, they can sometimes fuck you up if you're not careful. Whenever I get to this point, I breathe a sigh of relief, because
Ada!
pretty much all the tricky parts in terms of dodging enemies is in the police station.
What was that all about?
From here on out, there's not
Running
really
off
that
like
much.
That was reckless and stupid.
There's a few
Those
spiders,
zombies are
some
everywhere.
zombies,
Not to mention that thing that got Ben.
a couple
I
of boss
was there,
fights,
Leon.
which,
I
if you're not
know.
careful, will fuck you up.
Look, Ada.
But there's no
As
more,
an
like,
officer,
huge packs
it's
of
my
enemies to
job
dodge.
Look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
Once again, no fucking clue what I was doing there.
Ada! Heads up!
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to her.
Remember to unequip the gun, because it makes this cutscene coming up a bit quicker.
Don't move. You're the one who was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken. Identify yourself. Ada? Ada Wong. Ada Wong. I've heard that name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus. William Birkin. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-virus away from me. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... Precisely. My husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him. So those rats were the carriers of the virus. As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. Even worse, every G-virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other creatures. And create offspring. No. Too bad.
It's a monster! Thank God the voice acting is much better in this game than the first one. I mean, it's still bad, but not... You're almost a Jill sandwich bad. Yeah, that happened. Got fucking poison. I mean, every time I come through here, I go, well, these spiders are harmless. Big open area, they can't hurt you. But they can. These valve slots can be kind of annoying sometimes. So you pretty much have to be facing them dead on for them to work. Not going to bother with the herbs there, because I'm about to get a full heal in a minute. Because I lost a bit of time with the poison, I decided to do the quick croc thing. Which I don't usually do because I always fuck it up. But I got it right this time. So basically what the quick croc thing is, if you wait for just the right time before you press the button, the croc goes into his charge animation, but he still picks it up. So it just means he picks up the canister quicker. So it's a time saver, but if you leave it just a little bit too late, he will completely ignore the canister, and then
This bullet wound isn't making things
you're dead.
any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up. That's 2 I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
So that cutscene puts me back to full health, which is great. I'm just going to ignore that. And that. See, it might not seem like much, but all that time running into walls, it adds up. Now here comes a really difficult dodge. You turn left. Yeah, that was tricky. These fuckers, on the other hand, I'm not joking around with them anymore. Especially right now, because I just heard some poison spit. And again. In fact, I think I almost get hit again. Yep. Yeah, I nearly had a heart attack there. Because if I got poisoned, I'm pretty sure there are no more blue herbs from here on out. So I would have had to backtrack to that planter. Which would have lost, I don't know, about half a minute. Something about the way she falls there just looks funny. It's the way she flops sideways. You pretty much have to get bitten there. I mean, you're at full health at this point, so you can afford to. As long as you don't get bitten here as well. Which, it's pretty easy to dodge these guys. Just run in front of them, bait an attack, and then run around. I always forget that cutscene exists, so I'm always really slow to skip it.
Ada! Ada! Can you hear me? Come on, snap out of it!
So that fight went as well as it could possibly have been. That's exactly what you need to do. And that's the first time I've done it without taking damage. Which is great because it means I get to save time by not having to pick up a first aid spray later. Because I still have one.
Come on! Welcome back. Hey, take it easy. We're inside Umbrella's secret lab. I'll go find something to treat that wound, so just rest here in the meantime.
But I'll only slow you down with these injuries. Go. Save yourself.
I told you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me. I know I've only known you for a short period of time, but I really enjoy being with you. I know I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
We're leaving this place together. Wait here for me. I'll be right back.
That's where I should have gotten rid of the knife, in the item box. But I knew I would forget if I didn't put it in the police station. Would usually pick up the first aid spray there, but I don't need to because I already have one. So that's a little bit of a time save. I got really lucky with these lickers because usually one of them ends up landing a flying head chop on me, like that, which would have made me burn my first aid spray. Because if you get hit by one, and then you get hit by another, you're dead. So you pretty much have to use your first aid spray as soon as you get hit by one. Otherwise, it's too much of a risk. That's not a thing you're supposed to do. I just ran too far. I need to go back through this video and exactly how much time I wasted by running into walls. I don't really know exactly what walking those few steps actually does, but I see other speedrunners doing it, so I'm gonna do it. If the cool kids are doing it, I'm doing it too. I guess it's got something to do with manipulating the lickers into not attacking you as much, but I don't know exactly how that's supposed to work. Now that fucker right there, he's the reason that I fucked up my last run. Well, I'm the reason I fucked up my last run. But I ran straight into him, he grabbed me, put me into caution, and then when I ran into this room, I thought, oh yeah, I'll just grab the first aid spray. But I'll do it after I grab the ammo disc. But after I grabbed the ammo disc, I didn't have enough inventory space for the first aid spray. And because I was thinking too much about that, I completely forgot to pick up the magnum ammo. So halfway through the Birkin fight, click,
You murdered my husband.
and then dead.
I know what you're looking for. You came for the G-Virus, didn't you?
And I was a good solid 3 minutes ahead of
From
my
me,
personal
this
best.
is my husband's legacy.
So that hurt.
Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John and became his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
If you don't want to believe it, I don't really care. You're about to die anyway. What happened?
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
Leon. I've been waiting for you, Leon.
What are you doing?
You know what this is about, so just hand over the G-Virus.
I don't believe this. Annette was right. About everything.
That's why I told you to leave without me, but you wouldn't listen. Now hand it over. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't do that. Ada! Ada! Got you. Don't give up.
G-Virus. Leon. It's over. Just let me go.
Shut up. You're gonna make it.
It's too late, Leon. We both know it.
No. I promised you that we would escape. You just have to help me out here.
I really wanted to escape with you, Leon. Escape from
This is what everyone's been dying for.
Okay, so I mentioned before that I was so close to losing this run. And you're about to see why. First I take out that guy, then that guy, then I run around, dodge the zombie, oh, or not, all good, I'm in caution, that's fine. If I do the boss fight right, I shouldn't need the first aid spray in the middle of it. So I can afford to use it now. There you go, I'm in fine. All good. I got my Magnum. I remembered to pick up the ammo this time.
5 minutes until detonation.
I'm way ahead of my previous time. All I have to do is kill this boss. So I run around the corner, shoot him 4 times in the leg. 3, 4. He transforms. All's going well. Now I have to find the specific spot next to the canister that will cause him to glitch out and not attack me. There it is. I found it. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually takes about 9 shots to kill. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why isn't he dying? Oh, none of those bullets hit him. And now I'm out of Magnum bullets. I have 8 pistol bullets left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was that close to losing this fucking run. I killed him with my last bullet. I just want you to appreciate how close that was. I didn't even have my knife, so I couldn't have used that to finish him off. So, yeah, that was a thing.
Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine.
It's over.
No. I have to find my brother.
You're right. This is just the beginning. Goodbye, Ada.
Remembering to stop the timer after the cutscene, not before it this time. So, yeah, I was a little too close to the canister, so the bullets were hitting the corner of it. That's why none of the bullets hit him. But holy shit. I nearly had a heart attack. So there it is, 109.28. That's about a 2.5 minute increase from my 112.08. So I'm happy with that. I think that last fight cost me about 20 seconds. But whatever. It's still a personal best. And I can only learn and improve from here. And I hope to do just that. I just have to stop running into walls.